My name is Sena Camelio, and this time we will talk about the lesson 4 or the foundations of curriculum development. There are 4 foundations of curriculum development. First is the philosophical foundation, historical foundation, psychological foundations, and lastly, the social foundations. First, we will talk about the philosophical foundations. So educators, teachers, educational planners, and policymakers must have philosophy or strong belief about education and schooling and the kind of curriculum in the teacher's classroom or learning environment. So, philosophy of the curriculum answers questions like what are schools for? What subjects are important? How should students learn? What methods should be used? What outcomes should be achieved and why? So next, the various activities in school are influenced in one way or another by a philosophy. John Dewey influenced the use of learning by doing. He, being a pragmatist or an essentialist, the focus of the fundamentals of reading, writing, and arithmetic are essential subjects in the curriculum. So there are many philosophies in education, but we will discuss only 4 of them to illustrate as presented by Ornstein and Hankins in 2004. So first is the perennialism. So perennialism aims to educate the rational person, cultivate intellect. So as for the role, the teachers assist students to think with reason or the critical thinking. So for the focus, classical subject, literary analysis. For the trends, so use of great books such as Bible, Quran, classics, and liberal arts. So the perennialism focuses on the development of the student's capability, on the capability of thinking. Next is the essentialism. Its aim is to promote intellectual growth of learners to become competent. As for the role, the teachers are sole authorities in the subject area. So this essentialism focuses on the essential skills of the 3 R's, essential subjects. For the trends, back to basics, excellent in education, cultural literacy. This philosophy focuses on developing the intellectual growth for them to be competent. Next is the progressivism. So its aim is to promote democratic social living. For the role, the teacher leads for growth and development of lifelong learners. Its focus is interdisciplinary subject, learner-centered, outcome-based. For the trends, equal opportunities for all, contextualized curriculum, and humanistic education. So progressivism is all about the product that a learner had made. It focuses more on how the learners develop socially and interact with others. Next is the reconstructionism. So its aim is to improve and reconstruct society. It means for education for change. Next, for the role, the teacher acts as agent of change and reforms. It focuses present and future educational landscape. For trends, school and curricular reform, global education, collaboration and convergent standard and competencies. So this philosophy focuses more on how learners become more competitive and can keep up with other learners. Let's proceed to another foundations, which is the historical foundations. Historical foundations answer the questions, where is the curriculum development coming from? The historical foundation will show us the chronological development along the timeline. First, let's have Franklin Babbitt, 1876 to 1956. So Franklin Babbitt started the curriculum development. The curriculum assigns that emphasize on students' needs. Curriculum prepares learners for adult life. Objectives and activities grouped together when tasks are clarified. So therefore, Franklin Babbitt has introduced the curriculum development movement to everyone, which was also the basis for others. Next is Wherret Charters, 1875 to 1952. So his idea is like Babbitt, curriculum is a science and emphasizes students' needs, objectives, and activities should match. Subject matter or content relates to objectives. So, Wherret ideas were also the same as the ideas of Franklin Babbitt. So next, let's have William Kilpatrick, 1875 to 1952. Curricula are purposeful activities which are child-centered. So the purpose of the curriculum is child development and growth. The project method was introduced where teacher and student plan the activities. So therefore, William Kilpatrick introduced the project method in which both the student and the teacher decides on what to do on a certain activity. So both teacher and students agree on a given suggestion. It is not allowed. So in this project method, not only the teachers but also the student should also agree. Next, let's have Harold Rugg, 1886 to 1960. Curriculum should develop the whole child. The curriculum is called child-centered. With a statement of objectives and related learning activities, curriculum should produce outcomes. So he emphasizes social studies and teacher plans curriculum in advance. So Harold Rugg thinks that the curricula is focused on the child, and also the activities in the curriculum should produce some outcomes. Next, let's have Hollis Caswell, 1901 to 1989. So Caswell sees curriculum as organized around social functions and of teams, organized knowledge, and learners' interest. Caswell believed that the curriculum, instruction, and learning are interrelated. Curriculum is a set of experiences. Subject matter is developed around social functions and learners' interests. So while Hollis Caswell believes that the curricula is made according to learners' interest. Next is Ralph Tyler, 1902 to 1994. Tyler believes that curriculum is a science and an extension of school's philosophy. It is based on students' need and interest. Curriculum is always related to instruction. Subject matter is organized in terms of knowledge, skill, and values. So the process emphasizes problem solving. The curriculum aims to educate generalists and not the specialists. So Ralph Tyler believes that the curricula is always related to instruction, which is made for every student's interest. So Ralph Tyler also believes that the curriculum is the science and also an extension of the school's philosophy, which focuses on every child or the learners. Next is Hilda Taba, 1902 to 1967. She contributed to the theoretical and pedagogical foundations of concepts, development, and critical thinking in social studies curriculum, help lay foundations for diverse student population. So, Hilda Taba made it possible for diverse students to learn in same manner with other learners. So, since the school has a diverse culture and also there are diverse students, so Hilda Taba made it possible or make a curriculum that can be possible or can be made for the students who have diversity cultural. Next is Peter Oliva, 1992 to 2012. So describe how curriculum change is a cooperative endeavor. Teachers, and curriculum specialists constitute the professional core of planners. Significant improvement through group activity. So this Peter Olivia provides group activity for students to learn more and at the same time communicate with other learners. Next, let's have the psychological foundations of curriculum. So psychological provides a basis to understand the teaching and learning process. It unifies elements of the learning process. Questions which can be addressed by psychological foundations of education are: how should curriculum be organized to enhance the learning? What is the optimal level of students' participation in learning the various contents of the curriculum? In this module, we will consider 3 groups of learning theories: the behaviorism or the association theories, cognitive information processing theories, and the humanistic theories. So that ends my report, and thank you for listening.